Speaking at the Saint Lucia Labour Party National Public Meeting in Anse La Raye yesterday, March 9, 2025, MP for Castries South, Honourable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, described the UWP as being plagued by internal confusion, stating that the level of disarray within the party surpasses anything Saint Lucians could imagine. In his address, he pointed to what he called a political dependency between Alain Chastanet and Guy Joseph, suggesting that their bond raises important questions about leadership within the opposition. Unlike the Saint Lucia Labour Party, where Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has a wide selection of experienced ministers to serve as acting Prime Minister in his absence, Hilaire noted that within the UWP, Guy Joseph is the only default deputy.
If for some reason, somehow, Alain Chastanet becomes Prime Minister again, guess who is his deputy? Guy Joseph. When Philip J. Pierre leaves Saint Lucia and he goes overseas, he have a pool of men and women he can choose to be acting Prime Minister. You have Sean, you have Musa, you have Hilaire, you have Emma. You have a pool of persons he can put acting Prime Minister. Imagine Alain Chastanet travel and he make Guy Joseph acting Prime Minister. Imagine that. Imagine Alain Chastanet leaving and he making Guy Joseph in charge of the country, in charge of the treasury, in charge of the police.
Hilaire questioned the alliance between the two and emphasized that these should prompt the public to consider why Joseph continues to play such a dominant role within the UWP's leadership. According to Hilaire, this is a very serious point, calling on the electorate to take stock of the individuals putting themselves forward as potential leaders of the country. Hilaire urged Saint Lucians to carefully assess the words and actions of candidates over the years before making their decisions at the polls.
It's a serious point, because when men are putting themselves forward to be considered as leaders of this country, you, the people, must sit back, think, and reflect on what they have said and what they have done in the past. The point is, would you ever approve of Guy Joseph? Ever? You have to reflect on Alain Chastanet and Guy Joseph and that unholy alliance and what their plans are for Saint Lucia. And it is why you, the Saint Lucia Labour Party, must work harder than ever to make sure the Saint Lucia Labour Party is returned to office.
Hilaire's remarks at the SLP's National Public Meeting added fuel to the growing debate over leadership, governance and party stability. His critique of the UWP's internal structure, particularly the perceived dependence between Alain Chastanet and Guy Joseph, underscores the concerns many have about the opposition's ability to present a strong and unified front. With the next general election looming, the contrast between SLP and UWP is becoming increasingly pronounced. Ultimately, the choice will rest with the people of Saint Lucia, who must weigh the words and track records of those vying for the nation's top leadership positions. For Choice News Now, I am Kishana Smith.